MLB The Show tips, let's talk about overalls when you're looking at players. And I'm going to teach you guys why it doesn't matter what the overall says, you need to look for other attributes within the player cards. I'm going to show you some specific examples and why it matters. So Yoenis Cespedes, the Mets center fielder traded last year, is an 88 overall center fielder. Now, he hasn't always played center field. You can see his secondary positions are left and right. So what if we change his position to one of those? What happens to his overall? Let's go to right field first for Cespedes. He becomes 93 overall on the far right there. And none of his attributes changed, just his position. So what does that mean? He jumped 5 overall points just by changing position? That's right. So each position is weighted differently. Center field looks at certain attributes, right field looks at certain attributes. How about left field? What happens when you move him to left? He's a 94, he's even higher in left field. So his overall is a 94 overall, which if you play Diamond Dynasty, you know that's a diamond level player, 93 and above. So he goes from an 88 gold center fielder to a 93 or 94 corner outfielder. How about Manny Machado, a 94 overall third baseman? What if we change his position? His secondary is shortstop. Let's see what happens when we move there. Will he drop down at a diamond? No, he goes up to 95. So what's going on there? What are these positions looking for? Well, short is looking for great fielding and some speed and arm accuracy. Outfield has all sorts of rules. So center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier, probably the best in the game. That's defensively though, not offensive. So what if we move him to one of the corner outfield spots? He's an 84 center fielder. What about right field? Let's see if that changes anything. He goes from an 84 and stays an 84 in right field. So that tells you that hitting isn't everything in right field. That fielding and arm strength matter a lot in right. But if we move him to left field, how is that weighted in the show? And you see what happens? He goes down 2 overall points when we move him to left field. The fielding and arm strength just aren't as valuable there. And in real life, you'll see some players get moved there. We have a really good example later if they're not good fielders. Nelson Cruz, one of my favorite examples and a fantastic power hitter, right fielder, 89 overall for Cruz. Let's see what happens when we move him to the other left field position, the other corner outfield position. And he jumps way up to a 92 borderline diamond, the highest gold you can be in Diamond Dynasty. So there's another value outfielder you can have in your lineup. And just for fun, let's go to center field with Nelson Cruz. What happens? It's probably not good. Yeah. 81 overall. He drops 11 points from left field, and he drops 8 points from right field, his natural position. Jock Peterson, one of the best power hitting center fielders in the game behind Trout, McCutchen. But if you move him to other positions, he goes from a 75 center field position. Let's see what happens when we move him to right or left. Let's go to left first. So he goes from 75 in center to an 80 overall left fielder. So don't complain too much. That's plus 5 overall difference. So he profiles more as a power hitting left fielder than a center fielder. What about in right field? Where does he go there? 79. So you see he's a plus 4 in right and a plus 5 in left. You know, one guy I'm looking forward to seeing how he progresses throughout the year is Chicago Cubs left fielder Kyle Schwarber. Now, he played a lot of catcher last year. This year, left field, 77 overall, fantastic power, some discipline, not a lot of defense though. What if we move him back to catcher? What does overall become from a 77 left fielder? Let's see what happens as a catcher. He's a 78, so a plus 1 overall difference there if we move him to a secondary position of catcher. That's not bad. It's still silver in Diamond Dynasty, not a gold player, not even close. What about 2 other positions maybe Schwarber could play? Let's go to right field first. I know right field looks for arm strength, accuracy, and fielding. We've seen that from some of our other power hitters that don't quite benefit in right, and yeah, he doesn't either. 74 overall, so he drops down 4 points out of catcher and 3 points out of left field. How about first base? It seems pretty natural. Power hitting, doesn't have to move around a lot. He's a big guy. Let's see if the show agrees that he could play first base. And yes, 78 overall. That ties him with catcher for the best overall position possible. And I'm just playing around here. I don't know. Detroit Tigers have another guy, great value outfielder, JD Martinez, only an 85 right fielder. Now that's barely gold. 85 is the threshold for gold between silver and gold. So take a look. Good hitting statistics and attributes, not great fielding. 81 arms okay. What if we move him to left field where they don't demand as much defense? What does he become then from an 85 to an 88 left fielder? So there's another value buy when you start your Diamond Dynasty team. Try to get your hands on JD Martinez for cheap. Those are the kind of guys that will help you right away. MLB The Show tips, make sure you're following me on Twitter and subscribing for more videos all season long.